This video is for an old photographer mate of mine back in England. Going through a bit of a battle at the minute. I wish him all the best. If anybody can beat this thing, PJ, you're the man. I hope within this video you can find a little bit of inspiration for the fight ahead, mate. Thoughts are with you, fella. Just in the middle of a bit of a move, actually, moving houses. Most of my gear is in storage, unfortunately, and being the bright spark that I am, I've packed all of my camera gear right at the front, or should I say the back, of the storage shed. And progressively I've put more and more stuff in there, and now, as you can see, I can't get to the bleeding stuff. So all my Nikon gear is in the back of the shed, tucked away, safe and sound, out of harm's way, out of my way. I've got a little bit of free time on my hands because everything in the new place is just in boxes, and man, there's only so many boxes you can unwrap without finding camera gear and still keep up a bit of enthusiasm. So I'm going to leave the boxes for another day. I'm going to get my ass up to Lake Taupo area to have a look around the volcanic plateau. So my plan is, because I can't get to my Nikon gear, it's a good excuse to travel light. So I'm going to use the Fuji X100T, and that's going to be my sole camera. I'm travelling really light. We're currently on the central plateau, not too far out of Turangi on the North Island of New Zealand. In the background over there, under quite a bit of cloud, you've got Mount Ruapehu, which is an active volcano. It keeps popping out every now and then. It's still a bit of snow on top as well, so it looks quite effective in the good light. Over that way, you've got two more volcanoes, both active, one called Mount Tongariro and Mount Narahoe, both totally obscured in cloud. I mean, it's so low down, it's so thick as that cloud, just not going to see it from here at all. On a crystal clear day, it's stunning, it really is. Mount Narahoe is the classic cone-shaped volcano, and that is just amazing. There's a walk over there as well. It's one of the New Zealand's great walks, day walk, and it's the Tongariro crossing. I've done it myself a couple of years back and absolutely enjoyed it. It was hard work, but man, it is so spectacularly stunning. It's an inbuilt ND filter inside the camera. Never used it before, never tried it, never needed it. I've always used this camera setup as a street photography camera, which it's served me pretty well. This is the first time I've used it as a landscape camera. Hopefully it's going well. I like the idea of it. Concept wise, it's fantastic. Travelling light, big time. It looks a little bit quirky sat on that big tripod, but maybe a bit overkill, but who knows. So this is lunch, and my mouth's watering. Some sort of chicken egg salad. Cannot wait. I've got to admit, guys, that chicken was foul. So guys, I'm at the Mahuia Rapids, just at the base of Mount Ruapehu in the distance there. Every now and then it keeps popping its nose out again and showing a bit of snow on top. Pretty spectacular area, actually. Driven past this area millions of times, never sort of popped into it. I'm in a two-wheel drive vehicle, which is not ideal for getting right into the park. I managed to walk 2 or 3 tracks. Biggest one was about an hour's long. And then I passed another track as well. Tawhai Falls, I believe it's called. Anyway, nice little walk down to the waterfall there. Stunning little place. And 2 minutes later, bride and groom turned up and had their wedding photographs taken there. And that was quite interesting. In typical Kiwi style, the bride, dress and all, clambering over rocks, clambering up the waterfalls, and yeah, made a few nice little shots. And I'm sure the photographer, who's from Manchester as well, I forget his name now, but I'm sure he got some absolutely superb shots. Well, it's 10 minutes to sunset, and looking at the sky over yonder, it might be okay. Looking at the mountain that I'm trying to get a photograph over yonder, not happening. Clouds rolled in, you can't even see the thing now. But unfortunately, the epic sunset that I was hoping for with the snow-covered mountain is not going to happen. Forecast for tomorrow morning sunrise is pretty pants, actually. So I'm probably going to get in the car, have a nice steady drive back, get a feed on the way, and put this video together. I'm in two minds whether or not to call it a draw and go home. The forecast for tomorrow morning is not that flash. We've got a lot of rain coming in the mountain region. It's not going to be much light at all in the morning, I would imagine. You can't see the mountain at all at the moment, any of the mountains anyway. There's 3 mountains, you can't see any of them. It's all clagged in. So I've decided, instead of drive 3 hours home in the dark, well, I'm a bit knackered anyway, I thought I'm gonna get a bit of kip in the car. The plan was to maybe go to a backpackers or even get a bit of a lodge somewhere, but I'm from Yorkshire, mate. Pointless spending money for a few hours kip. So I'm just going to doss down in the car, try and get a few Zeds, and wake up in time for sunrise in the morning, which is around about 5:45, which is not too bad. So I've got an idea of where I want to go. Look at the forecast. Morning, guys. Yesterday's forecast said this morning's sunrise was not going to happen. It says thick cloud, heavy rain most of the day. I was going to go home last night and I decided, I was so tired, I thought, bugger it, I want to sleep in the car, get a few hours kip, get up, see what the day does. The moment I woke up around about 3 AM, wide awake, looked out of the car, crystal clear skies, absolutely crystal clear. Decided to get a few Milky Way shots. Don't know how the Fuji has handled the astrophotography. First time I've used it for astrophotography, the Fuji, so we'll see how that goes. This morning is looking spectacular so far. The sun's going to rise in around about 15 minutes time, and hopefully we're going to get some pretty nice light. There's not as many.
Been falling from these skies made of you, just holding on to things that will get me back to you, just trying to realize that we're through.
We're down at the Waitahanui river mouth that flows into Lake Taupo. I've just been photographing a fella, a fisherman, trout fisherman, just out in the river there. This is Lake Taupo, the foot of the volcanoes. Now this lake is actually, believe it or not, a crater lake left by a massive eruption back in the day. The size of the place, if ever it blows again, we're in the shit. So to be honest, guys, I'm absolutely shattered. I've not had a right lot of sleep overnight. Pretty uncomfortable in the car. Pretty cold actually as well. I went in t-shirt and shorts and never even thought about taking a jersey. I'm up in the mountains with still snow on top. Bit stupid really, but everything's packed in storage. What can I say? Anyway, I managed to scramble a blanket, stay kind of warm. But other than that, it's been a great trip really. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, you know what to do. Cheers, guys.